That was an awesome week one. Had so much fun. So here's just a quick overview of what we did in class. For timeline, where we always start out, we played Battleship. I had little bombs on the back of a couple of my timeline cards, and we just sang it through each time they took a guess. They actually took them 7 tries to finally sing my Battleship. I guess I had it in a pretty tricky location. And so we sang through timeline a full 7 times. What I've been wanting to do more this year is like trying to say it backwards, because if they are following the route of memory masters, they will be saying it backwards. So we also practice saying it backwards once. So we'll continue to do that this year. Next, we did math, and now we are saying the full times tables. We went through a few times we pulled some mather-sized sticks, and we just chanted the math facts. There are times where I said the multiplication table and they said the answer. There are times that they quizzed me and I said the answer. And we just did it. We read it a few times, and then we'd go through a few subjects, and then we'd come back to math and do it a couple more times, and we do a few more subjects and come back to math. Just to get those repetitions in, however, not doing 7 repetitions of saying the entire thing all at once, because that would be a lot. For Latin, we had prepositions. We learned a little song with this. We also had, I don't have them, they got packed away somewhere, the cards with the Latin words on it and with the English words on it, and we laid them on the floor, and everybody got to find a pair of Latin and English words as we all sang the song in class. So here's how the song goes. Latin prepositions: in, I put with, per, by, seen, without, from, day, of. And I had little pictures of cats, kind of showing the relationship of the preposition. For English, we had an infinitive. We just did silly voices for this one. So we said it like a pirate and like Batman and like an old man. We just chanted. An infinitive is to plus a verb used as a noun, adjective, or adverb. And I gave them the example of I like. Anytime you say I like, the next word is going to be a noun most likely. I like dogs. I like cats. Well, this is I like to sing, which is a verb phrase. It's used as a noun. It's infinitive. I shared with them Psalm 139 as we're learning about in science our anatomy and the body. I just wanted to share with them Psalm 139:13. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm hoping to share a verse each week that kind of ties into our memory verse, because that is what all of this is about. It's about knowing God and making him known, and everything stems from him. For science, if my board doesn't run away from me, what are 4 types of tissue? 4 types of tissue are, we have connective, muscle, epithelial, nerve. Those are our 4 types of tissue. And what we did for this is they would take it off, and then we'd say it again in class. What are 4 types of tissue? 4 types of tissue are connective, muscle, epithelial, and nerve. So we did that for science. History, half my words are already erased. Most of these guys, it's their 2nd time through this cycle, so they know a lot of these songs. So I am erasing words throughout while they, I don't think you can even see it. I'm erasing words throughout while we're singing it and saying it and helping them less and less. At the very end, I ended up just shutting my board, so they had to say the entire thing from memory, which they did easily. So tell me about Columbus. In 1492, Columbus made the first of 4 trips to the Caribbean on 3 Spanish ships named the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. And yep, they got that down. For geography, we sat down, we just traced our states, put little dots where the capitals were, and first we found them all, and then I went through and did Show Me, Tell Me. And then we sang our song a couple times as they just followed along with the song. The song really helps hammer in those states and capitals, but I still want them to be able to know where things are randomly, whether I say it or whether they say it. So we're still doing black line masters maps, show me, tell me. And the song goes like this. Augusta, Maine, Concord, New Hampshire, Boston, Massachusetts, Providence, Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut. And it's the same tune that we'll learn for all of the United States. And that's it for new grammar. For science, I just wanted to share, we all did the same thing in all the classes, so pretty much the same. However, I did bring in this camera obscura. I made this the night before. Beekman's World nerd here. And essentially what this is just a big box. You can do this at home very easily, and I'll link the video. But essentially this kind of tied into science because we're talking about how our eyes work and persistence of vision and the optical nerve. And I just wanted to point out the fact that our iris, this is kind of like the iris where the light comes into our eye, and that light hits the back, and you can't really see, but there's a white piece of paper back here in the back of this box, and that represents our retina. And so this light comes in to a small space and hits a large backspace, and that is our retina, and the image actually hits our retina upside down, and it's through the optical nerve that that image gets flipped back over and sent to our brain. Well, whenever you put this box, there's a hole right here, you put it over your head, so you're facing this white sheet of paper on the inside here, light is coming through here, and you can actually see things around you from outside that's behind you, and it's upside down. So this is just a fun really project. It was very hard to do inside because it's not very bright inside, and then everybody was wanting to play once we got outside for lunch, but I'm going to keep it around. I think it's fun to play with. The kids who did get to see it outside actually really enjoyed it. So I'll put out the tutorial on how to make this if you want to make it. All you need is a large box and some tape, pretty much. So, and that just helped kind of give them a visual with these older kids. I'd like to challenge them a little bit more, push the limits of the science and you know, whatever we're learning about, because they can handle it and they're just doing the same thing every year. So this just kind of changed it up a little bit. For fine arts, we drew Columbus's boats, and for review we did Would You Rather. Really fun seeing everything that people would rather do, and I was actually very surprised, and a good surprise, that when I said would you rather watch a movie or read a book, nearly everybody said read a book. So you guys are raising some really smart kiddos. Anyways, that is all. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you for week 2. Bye.